Good morning to all. Today we want to discuss the summary of the chapter 10, motion and measurement of distances. Okay, so many things we studied from this chapter, isn't it? So one by one I will discuss all the concepts. First one is the story of transport. From that, what we studied, from that we know that in the ancient times the people used to that food only from moving from one place to another place. Okay, only they depend on their food. Clear? Then after that they thought about that how to travel through the rivers, isn't it? So they invented the boat also. Clear? So after the invention of the boat, they can travel through the rivers also. Okay, then what happened? Then after that, the invention of the wheels, which made a drastic change in the transport system. Clear? Then again they depend the animals to pull the vehicles. Okay, that also there was a great invention in the mode of transport. Then invention of the diesel engines, it made a big change in the transport system. Clear? Then nowadays we know that we can travel through the land, rivers and air also. So that is the thing we already discussed in the transport, the story of the transport. Clear? Then I am moving to the next topic, some measurements. So some in that topic we know that in the ancient times the people used so many measuring methods, but they faced one problem. So they used non-standard units like gilli and danda, then handspan, cubit, then foot. Then what was the problem? So they used these things for measuring, these methods to measure the things, but there was no any uniformity. Clear? There was no any uniformity because, for example, if a person tried to measure the length and the breadth of a thing, if another person tries to measure the same thing, he will get the both person will get different answers. That's why they introduce another system that is called the standard units of measurements. They invented the standard units of measurements. That's why they introduced a system that is called the metric system. Okay, in the metric system we know that so many measurements they introduced. Clear? Then it is called the SI units. For example, we want to measure the length of length, isn't it? So using that, depends upon the length, we can use the millimeter, centimeter and kilometer. Depends upon the distance between from one place to another place. Okay, that is called the metric system and the SI units. Clear? Then after that, the next point, the correct measurement of length. This is the very important portion from this chapter. Correct measurement also very important. If you are not getting the correct measurement of length, the calculation also will be wrong. Okay, so one by one I will explain. Some of the precautions also want to take, that precautions also want to study while taking the measurement. Okay, one by one. We know that we are familiar with the scale. Okay, this is called the centimeter scale, and we know that so many markings will be there. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is marked like this. That is centimeter. In between 1 centimeter, 0 to 1, 10 divisions are there. That is called the millimeter. Okay, and using the scale, we can take the measurement. I will show. So imagine we want to measure the length of this box. Okay, we know that this is the length. So first one is the first precaution. The zero of the scale want to coincide with this side. Okay, and keep the scale in the straight condition, not in this way or in this way. If you kept in that way, we will get the wrong answer. So keep the coincide with the zero and keep the scale in the straight way. Then we can take the measurement. Okay, so that is the first precaution. And the second precaution is, second one, if the scale is broken, then also we can take the measurement using this broken scale. We can start from the next point, but after getting the final answer, we want to subtract that value. Clear? Then we will get the right answer. Exact answer we will get. Okay. Then third precaution, when we take the measurement, just look straight only. If you try to look from this side or other side, we will get the wrong answer. So these are the precautions want to take while taking the measurement. Clear? Then next one, we can take the measurement of a curved lines also, or curved things. How? So using a thread, we can take the measurement of a curved thing. So I will demonstrate how to take the measurement. So using a thread, we know that this thread is flexible. So we can take the shape of this, make the shape of this object. So mark like this, and this is the length. So it is flexible. We can make it a straight line. Okay, then it is very easy to take the scale and just keep like this, and we can take the measurement. Okay, that way we can take the measurement of the curved line also, that is measuring the length of a curved line. Then last topic is types of motion. Types of motion, we know that different types of motion. One is rectilinear motion, second one is circular motion, then rotational motion, periodic motion. These four types of motion. Then finally the combinations of motions. So first one is rectilinear motion, means if the object is moving in a straight line path, that type of motion is called the rectilinear motion, and the name is straight line motion. Example, if the car is moving in a straight line path, it is called the rectilinear motion. Clear? Then second one is circular motion, the wheel of a bicycle. It is an example. So we can say that the object is moving in a circular path, that type of motion is called what? That circular motion. And third one is rotational motion. If the object is rotating, it is called and that type of motion is called the rotational motion. And the final one, periodic motion. We know that the object is moving, but after some time it will repeat the motion in a regular interval of time. So that type of motion, example, the pendulum of the clock. Clear? So we studied that first one is rectilinear motion, then circular motion, periodic motion, and rotational motion. Then last one, combinations of motions. In one situation, more than one motion will come. For example, one example I will explain. First one is if we throw a ball, a football or cricket ball, we know that it is moving forward direction, at the same time it is rolling also. That means in one condition we know that which type, how many types motion? Two types. It is rectilinear and then circular motion. So that is called the combinations of motion. I think all the students got the idea about this, all the topics, and thank you.